Okay, let's do some makeup. I'm gonna be using some new products. I just uploaded a Sephora haul earlier this week, and some of those products in that haul I'm gonna be using today. I'm also gonna be using some products that I received in PR as well. So, first thing I wanna do is moisturize my skin, but I noticed I didn't have any new moisturizers. So, instead of using a moisturizer, I wanna prep my skin using this new fresh Vitamin Nectar Antioxidant Glow Water. It's not new, but this is one of the products that I shared in my Sephora haul. But just want to try it out, spray it on the face, because it does say on the back that you can use it under your makeup or use it as a setting spray. So I'm just going to use it as both today, so under and over. Ooh. This has a really fine mist. Ooh, I like that. And it smells so citrusy. Ooh. Okay, I like that. And it feels really good too. It does say that you can actually put this in a refrigerator just to get more, it kind of tastes citrusy too. But you can put this in a refrigerator. You can put any of your skincare products in a refrigerator, by the way, but it does say on the back that it specifically says on the back that you can store it inside your fridge for an extra refreshing mist. But so far it feels really, really refreshing on the skin. Very light. I like how the mist came out. It's not like too, too powerful or anything like that. So I do like how that sprayed. All right, so while that sits on the skin, I'm gonna go ahead and try out these Sugar Drops by Fresh. It's called the Sugar Lip Wonder Drops. It's pretty much like a lip primer. So it comes with a dropper like this. I've never tried any lip product that's in a dropper like this, so I don't know. Like, I don't even know how is it. Okay, so it's pretty much, it's not as liquidy as I thought it would be. Y'all can't see that, but I'm just gonna apply it on my lips. I usually put on a lip balm instead, but I really wanted to try these out and just, prep my lips before I go in with anything on top. Ooh, it's kind of sweet. But yeah, that is that. It feels really watery. It's not like, it doesn't feel like a lip balm or anything like that. It's really, really watery. So I'm gonna let that sit. Let's try out a new primer. This is by Ren. It's the Clean Skincare Perfect Canvas Clean Primer. It's silicone free. Yeah, so this actually feels really, ooh, it's pretty sticky. Ooh, okay. So when I first applied it, it felt really thin, like really watery, but once it starts to dry down, it feels really, really tacky on the skin, kind of like the Milk primer, like the Milk Hydro Grip. So yeah, while this sits on the skin, let's go ahead and do the brows. I'm gonna be taking the new Fenty brow pencil. I know I'm kind of late with trying this out, but better late than never, right? So I was actually really excited about this brush because a lot of people are saying it's really good. Oh, yeah. It's pretty firm. And I feel like it's brushing through, like it's actually gripping my brow hairs. That's kind of cool. I like that. And then I go in with the brows. I'm using the shade Black Brown, I think. Yeah, Black Brown. So I just pretty much trace my brows. Let's see how this feels. It doesn't feel soft. It actually feels kind of hard, or maybe I just need to keep using it a little bit more. Yeah, so it doesn't feel waxy, which is what I like. And the color is actually a good color. Okay. And by the way, the lip primer that I just used, it is already soaked into my lips. Like, it makes my lips feel really, really soft, but it's already soaked in, so So I went ahead and cleaned up my brows with some concealer, and I always go on top of that with the foundation so you guys won't see this part because it's going to be covered with foundation. Speaking of foundation, I'm finally testing out the Milk Hydro, no, it's not the Milk Hydro Grip, but the Milk Foundation Stick. I don't know why I was going to say Milk Hydro Grip. I'm just so used to saying that, but yeah, I got the shade Golden Deep, and hopefully this is a good match. I am crossing my fingers that this is a good match. By the way, this primer, like as I'm talking, my face feels kind of stiff, like it feels tight, and the stickiness kind of went away. So it's not still, like, it doesn't feel sticky anymore. The Milk Hydro Grip, like, it still felt sticky before I applied my foundation, but it doesn't feel sticky anymore, but my face feels tight. It's kind of weird. I don't know, but I'm gonna put this foundation on. Ooh, it was kind of hard to apply at first. Yeah, so that first swatch was kind of hard, but now that I warmed it up, it glides on like butter. And I don't know if that got that footage, but my monitor is going crazy. It keeps cutting off. But what I was saying was it was kind of hard to swatch it the first time, but once I warmed it up, it glided on like butter. But I think this may be a good shade. Just by looking at the swatches, it looks like it's gonna be good. But y'all, let me show you this blender that I got from Target. This is by Sonia Kashuk. It's actually a body blender, but I don't know. I just wanted to see. But I don't know if you guys watch Ashley Devana. She always uses a body blender when she blends out her foundation. And the one she uses is by Real Techniques. But I was in there. I wasn't even looking for a new beauty blender. I was just on the aisle and I saw that they had a body blender. So I was like, let me try this out. Let me see. And it's actually blending this foundation in really good. Like, yeah, this is a perfect color. Every time she blends out her foundation, it's like, it takes her it takes her half the time to blend out her foundation because the sponge is so big. But I like this foundation stick. Look at how it looks. I like it. It's giving me a good amount of coverage. I feel like I'm not gonna have to go back in to apply any more product. And I like how this sponge has a point on it, so it's easy to get like right in here, around my brows where I had that concealer, so that way I can cover up the concealer with the foundation. Girl, this might be it. But yeah, one thing I can say about this sponge is it's not as soft and squishy as the original Sonia Kashuk sponge that I always use, but I'm actually not mad at it though. Like, it blended this foundation out so good, and I love the shape of this sponge. So if y'all are wanting, if you're wanting a bigger sponge to blend out your foundation, even not for your face, like if you're wanting a body sponge, definitely check out the ones by Real Techniques or the ones by Sonia Kashuk. I had one by Real Techniques and I lost it. So I tried that thing out one time, and the reason why I got it was because of Ashley, but I tried it out one time and then I don't know what happened. I guess from when we moved, I lost it, but this is actually nice. All right, so now that we have our foundation nicely blended, I'm gonna go in with a concealer. I don't have a new concealer, but I do want to use my NABLA concealer again. This one is fairly new to me, and I did like a full face using NABLA Cosmetics. It was actually my first time using any of their products. So if you guys missed that video, I will have it linked down below. But this is their Close Up Stay Full Smooth Concealer, and I have the shade Warm Honey. This is my third time using this concealer. I used it one time on my channel, but I've used it a couple of more times off camera. But I like how this concealer, like I like the coverage of this concealer. It's not heavy. It's actually a really, really thin, it feels liquidy, but it gives you coverage. So that's that on that. And it also smells like coconuts. It doesn't smell like your normal foundation concealer. It actually has a sweet scent, which is kind of, you know, which is kind of pleasing. All right, so I have another sponge that I'm gonna be using that's new to me. This is by DSMD, and that rhymed. But they sent over a couple of sponges, and I'll have their Instagram like on the screen, or I'll have everything that I'm using in my description down below. This thing right here is so freaking soft. Like, I don't think I own any sponges this soft. Like, I'm barely pressing into it. It's so soft. It feels like air. It's not even as soft as a marshmallow. It's actually softer than a marshmallow. That's like the worst comparison. I don't know. I don't even know why I mentioned that, but I don't even know what to compare it to because it's just that soft. Like, I don't even know another sponge that's as soft as this. Like, it's not even as soft as the original Beauty Blender, and y'all know that thing is like $20. It's softer than that. It's softer than my Sonia Kashuk sponge. This thing right here, I don't even know what to compare it to, but this is so soft, like, and it does, and I like how, and I love, y'all look at my skin, look at my skin. She is looking flawless. Look at that glow. Look at that dew. Look at that. If I was one of those people that don't like to wear setting powder, this would be me all the way. Like, I would not apply any setting powder because I like the glow that it's giving me, but I know not even 2 hours in, my face, especially this part of my face, will be extra oily. So I'm using setting powder. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm using setting powder. But speaking of setting powder, I don't have any new ones to share or to try out. So I'm gonna be dipping into my Fenty setting powder since I haven't dipped into this in a very long time. Maybe like 3, 4, 5 months back. It's been a while, so I'm gonna dip into this. This is in the shade Honey. And I'm also gonna be setting the perimeter of my face using my Laura Mercier Medium Deep Translucent Powder. At first, I wasn't really a fan of this. I actually decluttered this, and they ended up sending me PR, and I received another one. So I decided to keep the one that they sent me. But before I received PR from them, I had it for myself. Like, I purchased my own, and I ended up decluttering it. And I want to use the same sponge that I used to blend out my concealer. Let me make sure I blend it out really good so there's no creases. But I'm going to use the same sponge to set my under eyes. This is the perfect color on my skin to use as a under eye setting powder. Like, the color is so pretty and golden, but it's not like too golden, if that makes sense. I think I just applied a little bit too much, so let me try to blend it out. Now we're taking Laura Mercier, and we're gonna use my big powder brush. This is by Sonia Kashuk as well. I'm just gonna use this as my brush to just set all over my face. I typically don't use loose setting powders to set my entire face, but I figured since I still have this in my collection, I might as well use it. So now that the face is set, I'm gonna go back into my brows using the Fenty brow brush and just blend out the inner part of my brows so that way they won't look too square, too boxy. I hate that look, so I just blend it out like this. So I don't have a new bronzer, but I do have a new bronzer brush that I want to try out. This is also one that I shared in my Sephora haul. I thought this brush would be really close to the Tom Ford bronzer brush, so I'm definitely going to try it out today and let you guys know my first impression. But the bronzer I want to use is this one by Morphe. Haven't used this one in a while either. This is the Bronzer in the shade Showmance. The thing about this bronzer is I never use one side. I always just put my brush in it and just swirl it around. Okay, right off the bat, this is actually softer than Tom Ford. Like, 10 times softer. And it feels really airy too, but the shape is really close to Tom Ford. Very, very close. It's tapered just like Tom Ford. So if you have been wanting to try the Tom Ford brush, but you didn't want to spend that much money on it, try this one first. If you haven't found anything cheaper than the Sephora brushes, but you are wanting something that's the shape of the Tom Ford bronzer brush, try out this one. This is the number 50. But this thing right here feels so good on my face. It's so feathery and airy. It's actually called, yeah, the Pro Flawless Light Powder Brush. It's so feathery and airy, and I think the more that I use it, the more it's gonna get like, it's gonna expand, just like with the Tom Ford brush. The more I use this, the more it expanded. It's just clean right now. I finally cleaned the brush, but it was actually a little bit smaller than that. But the more I use this, the brush is definitely going to expand. But girl, this is really, really nice. You can use this as a blush brush if you want, or if you want to put like powder all over your face with it, you can do it as that. But I like it as my bronzer brush. Look how nice and diffused that looks on my skin. Girl, get you one of these. All right, so my lips feel really, really dry, so I'm gonna go in with my Bioscience Lip Balm, which I love, 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 love this stuff. This is what I'm always applying on my lips before I go in with my makeup. Love it. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that bronzer and just go down the side of my nose, as always. So before I go into eyeshadow, I'm gonna take a little bit more of my setting powder and just kind of bake the sides of my nose and just let it sit while we go in with our eyeshadow. Let me tell you, this was the hardest decision to make for today's video when it comes down to palettes, because I've received a couple, I have purchased a couple, and I did not know which one to use. But I finally narrowed it down, and I'm going to be using the Carli Bybel Anastasia Beverly Hills palette, because I know there has been a lot of talk on this, especially for deeper complexions. I know people are saying that this palette is not for deeper skin tones, and I'm not gonna lie, I was actually one of those people when I saw the palette, like the launch. I thought this wasn't gonna work for deeper complexions, but now that I have it in my hands, I'm seeing it in person, these shades actually look dark. Like, they don't look as light as they did when they did like the promo of this palette, but in person, these shades are beautiful. These are all of the shades that this right here, I look at this palette, I see Carli all over it, like the packaging, the colors. This is Carli. All of Carli. So I'm proud of her. I think she did a really nice job on her palette. I mean, she chose colors that was just her. Like, every time I see Carli, I see her rocking these types of shades on her eyes. So this palette right here screams Carli Bybel. So I don't even know what I want to do. I don't know what shade I'm gonna dip into, but we're about to come up with something. I don't know. So let's just play around with this. The shade I want to start out with first, I actually want to do, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't even know what I can put in my crease. You know what? I'm gonna start out with this shade right here in my crease. But I'm not gonna dip the brush in there too heavily, because I want this to be a really, really light, diffused look. So I'm gonna go in with, what's this shade called? Steve. And, ooh, that is pigmented. But I'm gonna put this in my crease really, really lightly. Hopefully this doesn't look too bad. Yeah, that's a pretty color. I'm gonna build this up too. I'm not gonna go in too heavy at first. I wanna make sure that it's the right shade that I want to use, and it definitely is. So I'm gonna put one more layer on, and I barely dip my brush into that color, but I'm gonna put one more layer. I'm just putting it in the crease and also diffusing it up towards my brow bone. Can anyone guess what brush I'm using for my crease? If you watch my tutorials religiously, you already know what brush this is. I cannot get away from this brush. Like, I just can't. I'm gonna use the Anastasia brush that came in the palette, and I'm gonna take the shorter side of the brush and dip into this color right here. It almost looks like an olive green / brown, but I want to use this color, so that's what we're gonna do. I have no clue how this is gonna look on my complexion, but let's just put this all over the lid, and it's looking brown. Like, it doesn't even look brown, it looks gray. Oh well, let's just put this all over the lid. Yeah, it looks like a totally different color on me versus what it looks like inside the pan, but it's okay. I already applied it, so I'm gonna finish it up and just apply this color all over like this. Yeah, that looks straight up gray. Dang it. Man, I wanted this color to look like it does in the pan. So next I'm going to dip into, actually let me blend out that shade. So I'm gonna go into that first brush that I use and just blend the crease out, so that way both of those colors can kind of blend into each other. I mean, it's pretty, don't get me wrong, but I just wish that color didn't look a different color on me when I applied it. But I mean, both of these shades are really pretty together. Next I want to go into, let's do some shimmer. I don't know. I'm gonna use my finger for this. Let's do this shade right here. And it's like the second to last shade right here. It's really pretty rosy rose gold color. And I'm just gonna put this in the middle of my lid. That's pretty. I'm gonna take a new brush. This is a brush by NABLA Cosmetics. I need to take a new brush because I don't want any shades clashing together, but this is the NABLA Soft Dab and Smudge brush. It actually looks just like the end of the Anastasia brush, the shorter end. But I'm gonna take this and lightly blend the crease like this so that glitter can kind of, y'all see what I'm doing. I'm just lightly blending it into the crease like that. Now taking my finger again, I'm gonna go into this last shade right here. It's called My Angels. And this is like a bronzy color. And I wanna put this right here. Kind of on the outer part of the lid. Now I'm gonna dip back into that color that completely looks different on me, this one right here, using the very first blending brush that I use. And I'm just gonna kind of diffuse the outer part right here, just kind of blend it in and just kind of smoke it out, blend it in like that, and then work it into the crease. It just kind of gives me more of a smoky shadow look right there. All right, that's all I'm gonna do before I mess this look up. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some eyeliner on my bottom lash line. I don't have any new eyeliner, so I'm gonna stick with my Joa Beauty black liner. I'm just gonna apply this on my waterline. I'm gonna use my Airdelle Remy lashes in the style 778 as my false lashes, and I'll be right back. Girl, when I tell you lashes make the biggest difference, it makes the biggest difference. Like now, I like this look. So I do have a new blush. This is, well, it's not new, but it's new to me. It's the Laura Mercier blush in the shade Cœur Royal. This is the color. So it's like a plum berry color. It's not mauve. It's not a rosy color. It's just like a berry plum shade. So what you guys see right here, this is what it looks like in person. Like, it's just a really pretty plum purple. It's pretty. And surprisingly, I've never tried out any of the Laura Mercier blushes. So this is another one of those products that they sent me in PR in the past. I just haven't gotten around to opening it. So this is gonna be our blush for today. Ooh, I like this color. It actually looks really pretty with the eyes. Do y'all see that? That is pretty. I don't have any color like this in my collection. I always have like the rosy colors, the peachy colors, the mauves, but I don't have like a purple plum shade in my collection. This is pretty. Before we go into highlighter, I'm gonna spray my face again using my Fresh spray. Y'all, I love how this, it just sprays so nicely on the skin. Love how it feels. But highlighter, I don't have a new highlighter either, but I'm gonna use this Marc Jacobs highlighter in the shade Guilty, 79 Guilty. And this is how she looks. It's like a really pretty rose gold highlighter. I got it from Sephora. I don't know if this shade is discontinued because I haven't really seen it on the website anymore, but I love it. I just haven't used it in a while, so that's why I pulled it out for today. Look at that, girl. Look at that. You know what? I forgot to go in with inner corner highlight. I'm gonna go back into the Carli Bybel palette and let's use Moo. This color right here. It looks like a champagne color, so let's use her and we're gonna put her in our inner corner. Ooh, yes. Just brighten it up like this. Oh yeah, that is bright. It's pretty though. Now we can go in with the lips. I pulled out 2 shades from the new Anastasia lip set. This is like a nude lip set. So it has nude lipsticks and then 1 lip gloss. The shade that I pulled out is called On Mute, and then the gloss is called Summer Vibes. I haven't swatched any of these yet, but just looking at this shade in the box, I felt like this will be like a color that I could use. So there is, I actually thought it would have a little bit more brown to it, but that's On Mute. And then the gloss. Do I want to do a glossy lip today? I don't know. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty. It's like a rose gold. It has a rose gold shift to it. But those are those 2 shades right there. And then I was also debating on if I wanted to use my new glosses that I shared in my Sephora haul. So these are the Hourglass glosses. One shade is called Strike, and then the other one is called Ignite. So let's start out with the liquid lipstick first. Let's just do this first and see where this takes us. Let's see how it looks on my lips. Doesn't look too bad. I always like to start out in the middle of my lips when I'm using like a lighter shade, because I do have dark pigmented lips around the edges. So I just start in the middle, and then this just kind of fades out to the outside. It actually looks like I already applied a lip liner, but I haven't. But this color is pretty. Okay. I'm gonna grab a lip liner real quick. I'm gonna use the NYX Cold-Brew Lipliner. It's the Suede Lip Liner in the shade Cold-Brew. And just line my lips with this. Now I'm gonna go in with a little bit more of this liquid lipstick. The other 3 shades I know I would not use, so I'm gonna save these and throw them in a giveaway, but I like this color. I wish they sold this separately. It's called On Mute. I like this. I don't even want to put on a lip, like, I honestly don't even think I want to put on a lip gloss because we have, like, the eyes look glossy already. Yeah, I'm not going to put on any lip gloss. I'm just going to keep it like this. But yeah, this is the completed look. I actually really like how this came out. I did not know where I was going with the eyeshadow, but now that it's all come together, I really like the shades that I used. The only thing I don't like about the palette so far is that second shade that I used, this one right here. I don't like how it looks totally different on my eyes. Like, it looks grayish, bluish, but in the pan, it looks like a pukey, olive brown color. It's actually really pretty, but I don't like how it looks grayish, bluish, kind of, I don't know, ish on my eyes. That's the only thing I don't like so far, but everything else that I use, even though I only use 4 shades in the palette, every other shade that I use, I really liked. This color right here is so freaking pretty. I can actually see myself using that shade as an all over lid color. Y'all know I am all about those matte one shadow looks, and that color right there is screaming my name. But yeah, everything else, well, all the other shades that I used, I liked, except for that second shade that I used all over the lid. Not really a fan of that, but altogether this palette is really pretty. It's so Carli. So like I said earlier, very proud of Carli. She did such a good job with her palette because this is totally her. Now, do I think this is people of color friendly? I would say yes, because a lot of these shades you can definitely work with. They definitely do show up. Now, I have seen, I've actually seen a couple of reviews where people swatch all of the shades. Now, I haven't swatched all of the shades in today's video, but if you guys have not seen any other reviews on this palette, if you guys want to see like swatches on darker skin, I'm gonna have the channels down below in my description. That way you guys can check them out, and you can also see other eye looks using this palette on them. So I will have their channels down below in my description. But all in all, I really like the palette. It's just that one shade that I had trouble with that I'm not really a fan of, but I think everything else is really pretty. It's really cute. It's really girly. If you're into those pastel-y, light, soft shades and just a lot of shimmer, then I think you'll really like this palette. But that is that. Now, the Milk Foundation Stick. I love this so far. Now, I don't know when this video is gonna go up. This is not gonna be like a full day wear test because I am filming this in the evening time, so I don't really have that much time to wear this face before I go to bed. But if I have this video up, and if I've already worn this foundation a few times before uploading this video, I will update you guys down below in my comments like I always do. So I'll do like a pinned comment and give you guys a little update on the foundation if I have already worn this foundation before this video goes up. But if not, I will follow up in another video like I always do and let you guys know my thoughts on the foundation stick. But as my first impression, I am really impressed. The color is perfect. The finish is really nice. I like how it gives me that nice glow dewy look, but it's not like too dewy. So I really like that, and I like how it feels hydrating on the skin as well. So far this is good so far. But like I said, I will have an update for you guys later on. The primer, y'all, this primer is really giving me that Milk Hydro Grip vibe. Like, it actually goes on more liquidy than the Milk Hydro Grip primer. The Milk one is actually a little bit more thick. This one feels like you're applying water on your face, but once it starts to dry down, it actually feels really sticky, really tacky on the skin. So that I feel like is gonna allow my foundation to stick throughout the day. It's gonna allow it to wear throughout the day. So far I am liking this primer. And just like the foundation, if I have not worn, well, if this video goes up after I have worn this primer for a little bit, I will update you guys on the primer in the comment as well. I don't know when this video is gonna go up, but I will update you guys on that. Everything else that I used, the spray. I like this spray. I actually see myself using this up. I see myself repurchasing it. This is really nice. I love the sprayer on it. This is, it's actually really similar to the Morphe Continuous Mist. It's just that it doesn't continuously mist like the Morphe Mist. So you have to keep pressing it down. But when you press it down one time, I'm gonna show you guys right here. See that? You press it down one time, you still get enough product out, but you still have to keep pressing it if you wanna apply a little bit more. But so far, I like how this feels on the skin. I like how airy and light it feels, and I also like the citrusy scent. So this is definitely a go. What else that was new that I used? The lip product, I am really liking the liquid lipstick. I like the shade. I just don't like how this color is the only color, and even though I know I can use these, it's just that these I would have to definitely pair a brown lip liner with. This one I can actually go without a brown lip liner. Y'all saw when I was first applying it on the lips, but y'all know me, I prefer to pair my stuff with the lip liner. But these right here are just a little bit too light for my liking. One of them is like a metallic shade, and the other two are really light nudes. So I am gonna be saving these and putting them in a giveaway. But this color again is in the shade On Mute, and I really like. The gloss I haven't had a chance to use, so I don't know. But I can say the Hourglass Gloss, this is in the shade Ignite. This is one that I've actually been wearing all week long. This is so pretty, and it's not sticky on the lips. This is a rose, it's like a rose gold, gold peachy color. It's clear. You can wear it by itself. You can pair it on top of your favorite lipstick. But I've actually been wearing this by itself all week, and I like how it feels on my lips. It's not sticky. It does have that mint, kind of like that minty scent, but it doesn't feel too uncomfortable on the lips. So I do like that. Everything else, I think all the other stuff was stuff that wasn't new. The sponges, love this sponge. It's super soft, like I said earlier. And also the Sonia Kashuk sponge, I am really loving. But everything else I used were not new. I just definitely wanted to touch base on the new products that I used in today's video. And so far, so good. Oh, the blush. I like it. Obviously, y'all saw my first impression when I was applying the blush. Everything else is it. So yeah, I think that is all that I have for today. Let me know if you tried out any of the products that I shared in today's video. What do you like? What do you dislike? Let's go ahead and chit chat about it down below in the comments. I am doing a giveaway on my channel every month. So every month I give away one box to one person, and it's really easy to enter. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed, and make sure you thumbs up this video, as well as leave a comment down below in the comment section. And I don't want the comments to be anything about the giveaway. Let's talk about the products that I shared in today's video. What do you like about them? What do you dislike about them? If you try them out, if you haven't tried them out, let's talk about that. So let's go ahead and chit chat down there. So yeah, I think that is all that I have for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you thumbs it up. Make sure you are subscribed if you're not subscribed already, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.